Hello, Flosstube.
I guess I'll start. I'm Joe.
And I'm Laura.
Welcome to the Slovak farm.
The crazy farm.
You need to let me know before you switch it. No, she
I
did
really
not
didn't
tell
plan
me.
on switching it. It was kind of one of those. Usually when I say hello, you say hello. After I say hello, you say hello.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You want to try it again?
Nope, we're good. And we're not editing any of this out. How are you people today?
This week's better than last one.
Nope. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Those of you who asked, no, my week did not get better. It just went downhill, and it continues to go downhill.
You had a better time at the market.
Barely.
Still better.
I sold 4 candles.
Still better.
Things are not going well.
Itchy in the eye.
It snowed on Saturday. It is currently 24 degrees outside here in lovely northern Ohio. Snowed on Saturday.
While we were not at home.
I'm the jerk that insisted we go to church on Saturday evening.
One of these centuries, you'll realize that I actually can be right.
I'm the jerk that insisted we go to church on Saturday evening. And he had to drive home in a snowstorm.
It wouldn't have been a problem if I didn't have the worst case scenario in front of me and the worst case scenario behind me. Guy in front of me was like, I'm making a snow 2 miles an hour. Guy behind me, why are you going 60 in a 55? I'm done.
I'm the jerk that insisted we go to church.
Okay, I'm going to stop the video and make you re-record if you say that one more time.
Alright, comments from last week. Look, people, I made notes. Aren't you proud of me?
You pretty. See? Already better. You have improvements involved.
But I did the second instead of cross stitch. Okay, comments from last week. Lynn?
It's 6 of them. Or 16 of them. What was it?
Lynn, you must watch on a phone or a device of some sort, because I know this for a fact, because when you go to comment on a phone, I'm pointing at my phone like you can see it, because that's what we're recording on. Every once in a while, when you comment on a phone, as opposed to a computer,
screen's up here, and you can type down here.
But you have to, like...
When you hold it this way, you have the whole screen. When you hold it this way, it only takes up the top part, and you can scroll over here and comment. I've been YouTubing for a very long time. I know this trick.
But if you want to, like, put a comment in before the whole video is over, you can't scroll back up and watch the rest of the video with your comment waiting below like you can on the computer. Like, when I watch YouTube on my computer, I can play, when I watch Flosstube on my computer, I can play the video, and I can play the video, scroll down a little bit, type my comment, scroll back up, watch the video, continue to roll. You can't do that on your phone. So, it's okay. I don't really care either way how you comment if you comment.
Oh no, this think it's funny.
I do too. Really, I do. Because my phone will start going nuts at work and everybody's like, I'm like, just walk away. Don't worry about it. I'm ignoring it. I don't even care because y'all are a bunch of assholes anyways. I said bad word. Pardon my French. Lynn complimented all of our stitching. Santa House, 'Tis the Season. Loved my colors on 'Tis the Season. The Wise Men. Your Dragons of Sumatra. She loved the pink fabric for Ride Forth Singing. She is stitching all of the Farmhouse Christmas ornament, or all of the I don't know if they're ornaments or not. The Farmhouse Christmas series from Little House as one piece. I'm not doing that because I'm not doing all of them if and when I ever get to them. I have a couple of them. But
If and when.
they're kind of an if and when. I do know that the Jack Frost Tree Farm, I think is the name of it. Every time I look at it, I think, I have to write this down so when I talk about it on Flosstube, and then I don't. But I made notes.
Next, she's going to put notes on her phone. Go to read them and go, oh, wait.
I do want to do all of those, but that's going to be a chunk out of my Stitch from Stash purchase every month when I start coming out. Oh, well. Hopefully they're not too expensive. Lynn wants to know about my fabric dyeing techniques. I do have a tutorial. Words are hard. I have a fabric dyeing tutorial with ice dyeing somewhere in past videos. I'll attempt to remember to try to link it. So I have that, and that's probably, I think, one of the easier, if you're, that's how I got the fabric, that's how I dyed the fabric for Mr. and Mrs. Delicious, 'Tis the Season, and Peace on Earth. I don't have anything on the other one. It's kind of
I have a question.
My other method is kind of wing it. What?
Were you impersonating a rabbit on purpose?
No. Andrea commented to me the other day that my facial expressions on our Flosstube videos are fantastic. And I told her that, let's see, there's a Facebook meme that's gone around. Hey, there's Cattail. There's Ed. Hi, baby. There's a Facebook meme that's gone around that says, I can never be fake. My face would never allow it. 110%. Or the other one, God does not need to hold my tongue. It's my mouth. Or not need to hold my tongue. It's my face that needs deliverance.
Yeah, I'm specifically my eyes.
The cat is now on the table. At some point, there's going to be cat butt in the screen.
Can we get him down from there?
Oh, he does this all the time. This is his favorite spot to lay when Mommy's up here stitching.
I thought it was on your stitch.
No, it's right here. On the front of the table. Okay.
Yeah, he knows we're not going anywhere for an hour so he can get petted.
Andrea had a scary clown lamp from her childhood that she still has that was avocado green, and it had a red bulb in it. How freaking terrifying would that be?
Except for December.
I do not blame her husband at all for not allowing it to come out of the closet. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but if I was a husband with a problem with that thing, it would accidentally be dropped enough times for it never to be fixable. Purely accidental, though. Off a 2-story window onto concrete.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
You know which window I'm talking about, the one on the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would just keep dropping it until it wouldn't work anymore. And if that didn't work, I'd throw it up. And if that didn't work, I'd make a slingshot.
Yes. Goldie Fish says she's no longer a clown, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have a problem with people who are clowns.
Well, it's right in the name. She's a goldfish, not a clownfish.
Goldie Fish was her clown name, remember? You don't remember this?
I had a fun with words. Come on, little Nemo, bite me.
Okay, dear. She wished me luck on my Stitch from Stash adventure. I'm going to need it. Especially when Nashville happens. Nashville. So, there is 2 versions of Nashville that we reference. And I'm going to have to remember this. There is Nashville Needle Market, which happens in March. Which is all of the designers and all of the shops go down there. And all of the designers have their new releases. And there's lots of new releases. That's going to do me in. But we are also going on retreat in Nashville in August.
Oh, and by the way, comment below. Would it be cheating if I just bought her everything she wants so she didn't use her stash up?
Yes.
But I just...
The cat has now laid himself out on the table in front of the camera.
He's an extremely comfy kitty.
If we can get a picture of this before he moves. I'm going to put it on there. He's so good.
Ready?
Yes. And she can't wait to see what I decide with on whole. So cute kitty. We're gonna put a picture of it. I'm gonna put a picture in the video. He's going to send it to me on Messenger or on a message. Okay. She also can't wait to see what I do with my memorabilia that I got, which I can't either. I still haven't decided.
Text it.
Okay, thank you. I am really thinking... See, the thing with steampunk is it kind of can be any colors you want as long as they're dark. So like a dark... Now we're moving the box. So like a dark purple would work.
I've seen bright colors as long as they're metallic.
Metallic, yeah. Well...
When you want bright, you go metallic.
Yeah, when you want bright, you go metallic. But most steampunk is...
What's funny is I don't like steampunk. I've just run around her
dark colors. You know, because it's a very Victorian thing. Amber Marie hopes the year gets better. She loved 'Tis the Season. She loved Dragons of Sumatra. She has moved into a new house.
Grats.
Yay! She's told me a little bit about it through our private conversations. Best of luck to you, my love. And Heather from Just Stitching, the Just Stitching Friday Night Fun Night crew. Hi, Heather. I get to see you on Friday. Yay! I'm assuming I get to see you on Friday.
Have fun.
Because you wanted to see 'Tis the Season on Friday. So.
Have fun.
And she said bravo in Slovak to me. And she wants to see you stitch cats next.
Actually, I was going to look for some letters and actually do Words Are Hard.
Words are hard.
No, I would, if somebody out there is a designer and you write up a pattern that says Words Are Hard and it involves purple and pink, I will buy it.
If you're a designer out there, do me some more bell cross stitch because I need some more bell cross stitch in my life.
No, you don't. There's enough bell out there to kill people with.
There is not a lot of bell cross stitch out there. There is significantly less in relationship to some other princesses.
Okay, compared to what I find that I like, there's more bell stitching than there's stuff I like to stitch.
Just chilling on the goddamn table. I said another bad word. I'm gonna get fired from Flosstube.
Okay, who wants me to go to the
Actually, I'm probably not, because there are plenty of people who cuss. But I try to avoid it. You know, we try to avoid it because I know there are kids that are watching. Speaking of kids that watch Flosstube, there's a new Flosstube channel out called Sassy Sisters and Brother. It is a 16-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 9-year-old. The brother is 9. The two sisters are 16 and 11. And they are fantastic stitchers. I was going to say, hey, come watch our channel because Mom will approve because we don't cuss, but I've dropped 2 cuss bombs in this video this week. And I don't know how to censor them. Maybe I'll wait till next week. I haven't got a chance to watch any of their videos yet because I've been playing catch up on all my Flosstube. And I
really hate to break it to you, but she's the same way with her floss as she is with her floss too. 1,000 ideas. There's only so many hours in a day.
I have a lot of Flosstube channels that I watch.
You will always be behind. That's why I usually come and go with channels. Like, I've actually had channels, because a lot of the stuff I do is video games and Let's Plays. I wait until they're done the Let's Play, and then I watch it start to end, so I don't have to wait.
You're also more apt to binge watch things. Like, if I were to sit down, so I haven't got so far behind where I have a whole day's worth of Flosstube to watch. Like, if I were to sit down Sunday morning when I wake up, because that's the only day I get to sit down and do absolutely nothing, which isn't even true because I have to do laundry and cook dinner and housework.
You cook dinner in the morning?
But if I were to sit down all day Sunday, start to finish, and do nothing but watch Flosstube, I would go, like, I love my Flosstubers, but I would go crazy. I can't sit for that long. Flosstube does have the advantage that it's different people, so I do get some variety.
Okay, I'm the person that in 3 days can kill a 25-episode anime.
This is true.
And that's work days.
Oh, also, I don't know that she watches the channel, but I know that we talk a lot. Christine from Stitch All the Things was just in North Carolina. Her son Josh graduated from Naval Boot Camp this summer, and he just completed part 1 of his program to work on nuclear submarines. Which is cool.
That is hard.
So Christine, if you're watching, I know I've already said it to you on Facebook and Instagram, a big congratulations to Josh, because that is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is very impressive. And she's talked about it on her Flosstube, and at one point he was stressed out because he got a 38 out of 40 on one of his tests. The kid is brilliant, apparently.
Actually, also with submarines, that's the margin of error they allow.
Mm-hmm. She said that he's very much a perfectionist with all this. So very, very fantastic news to hear.
Kid, you got a lot more than I do. You could never get me into a submarine, let alone have it go underwater. I get claustrophobic when I can't get to air. A submarine sounds like a good way for me to hyperventilate and die.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could do a sub. There's a sub you can tour up in Cleveland. I don't know that I really want to do it.
You go by yourself. You can always bring your dad with about 5 bags. Barf bags.
Mom and Dad, I think, have been on it. There's another ship that's close to it that's not a submarine. It's a frigate. The USS Mathers, and then the USS Cotton is up there. There are some killer fun things to do in Cleveland, people. Let me tell you.
And we haven't done most of them because it involves driving.
And guess what? Sometime before next Christmas, we are going to the Christmas Story House.
You think?
You'll put your eye out with that kid. Alright, moving on to whips. Okay, on whips.
We have returned.
For you, it was like 2 seconds. For us, it was like maybe 5 minutes.
No, it wasn't 5 minutes, maybe 3.
It was really 5 minutes. On whips. Whips and finishes.
I swear, one of these days, I'm going to go buy a leather whip just to freak her out.
Whip it good. Oh my god. You want me to hold that?
8 circles, dragons of Sumatra.
Can I just say that I love the name? Dragons of Sumatra.
We did one little modification to this. Laura, it turns out I accidentally got myself a present. Because she bought something for her frame, and I wound up giving her a replacement for the frame, so I got to use the thing she bought for her original frame. I got clamps now.
I put clamps on it.
And this section right here is what I got to work on Sunday.
This is what he worked on.
Yep.
How many skeins of floss are we down?
1 down. Let's just say, this thing is actually wider than it is tall. I'm already down 1.
I bought 8 skeins of floss.
And I'm pretty sure that'll get me to here if I did it full. Yeah, not there. You get me 2. I think it'll get me 2/3 of the way through it. Sure, I may have a setting color change at some point.
It's a DMC variegated, so I don't think... when DMC changed all their formulas around, dye lot issues seem to be minimal-ish.
Well, you know,
anymore.
I'm going for ancient writing style, which is kind of why I'm going somewhat same with my stuff, but there's no way I can make it pretty. Like, perfectly flowing. I don't really care. So, if there's a color change through it, I don't think it'll look that bad.
I think it looks great the way it is, honestly.
Yeah, because that's the way I want to do it. When you have fun with something and you enjoy doing it, it shows through in what you're doing.
I think it looks great, to be honest.
Good.
My opinion. And everybody else seems to think it looks great.
Yep.
I do need to snap a picture of it and put it up on a couple of Facebook groups. Because there are some people that don't watch our Flosstube.
Well, then tell them to go watch the Flosstube.
Even though I pimp our Flosstube in different groups.
Well, no pictures. Tell them to go watch the video.
We've only got like 120 some subscribers.
Well, that's how you get more. Tell them if you want to see if you want to see Dragon so bad, go watch our video.
What do we land on?
1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. and Mrs. Delicious by Lindy Stitches.
Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. Where are Mr. and Mrs. Delicious? Here are Mr. and Mrs. Delicious.
I didn't even know you had that one.
Thank you, darling.
Love you.
Here's where I am at on it. I don't even know what I want to...
Oh, what do I roll for number of days? D4?
Do I do days or do I do... I don't know if I have a goal for this.
Let's just do days. Now, do you want to do 4 days or 2 days on it, max?
You know what? I'm actually gonna do a goal for this one. I'm going to get the bottom border stitched in and the rest of the top border stitched in. That'll take me 2-3 days.
Okay.
Okay. I worked on... Gary, if you're watching, sorry, it's still in the plastic. I worked on Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. What did I work on Mr. and Mrs. Delicious? The 7th, which was Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I got the border all done. If you follow me on social media, you saw my, oh crap, the counting pin is missing moment. Stuck the counting pin in the edge of the board, where the edge of the border would be. Pulled it out. Counting pin's not in there. It was in the bottom of the bag. Thankfully. Also, thankfully, I only have 2 scallops left to do. So, that is its full height and width with both turkeys face to face. I did put an extra spacing in here.
So they weren't making out for eternity?
Yeah, as charted, they come beak to beak. I was going to only put... I don't remember what I was going to do, but it's not what I was going to do, but it's okay. It'll be fine. It will be fine. So there's Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. So, the next rotation, I will probably work on Mr. Delicious, which is the turkey. Yeah, the actual turkey, not the word, Mr. Delicious. I know what I'm saying.
Words are hard pattern, please.
Words are hard. Roll.
4.
4. What's 4? 1,
Life's
2,
moments.
3, 4. Life's moments, which is this. My mama's project, so I have to finish up this block.
How dare you throw it on my dice? Love you.
So I have to finish up that block. I'm not going to stop the video. I'll just cut in for the dice roll for my next project. Upon that one, which hold DesignWorks Life's Moments. Again, sorry, it's in plastic. And I worked on that Friday.
Do people really have a problem with that?
There are a couple of people who do.
Well, you know what? We're lazy. It's late. It's Monday.
Sorry.
Monday's sick.
If it's super shiny and reflective and you can't see it, I will take it out of the plastic, but...
Well, considering the fact the light's that way, not that way, and it's dark out, shouldn't be a problem.
When I was doing clips during the day, it was bad. But it's not as bad, so...
So we're good by now.
Yeah. So my rotation goal is to finish up this block up here, the life block, the block that says life. There's, I think, about 5 rows of stripes out from the E, which I've got those, and then one more stripe that touches the E. And then the blue border, there is backstitching around the word. There's actually backstitching around the inside of these blocks, but, like, it's charted, but when I looked at the picture, you can't really see it all that well, so I'm not going to do it.
Backstitch is evil.
I just don't feel it's necessary. And if I don't feel it's necessary, why do it?
Because you hate your life?
Not true. Well, no. I don't hate my life. If it's not necessary, I'm not going to do it. So I worked on that a little bit Friday. Friday we went to a movie at the church. Saturday, I couldn't work. It's a gift from my mom, so I didn't work on it at her house. And then I worked on it today for a little bit. I'll take it back down and work on it some more tonight. Now that Flossmas is over, we're back to hashtag Santa Sundays. So yesterday I worked on my ornament. Ooh, that is really reflective. See, this is one of those cases where I'm going to pull it out because that bag is really reflective.
Well, it's probably because it's glossy.
The paper it's printed on is super reflective.
Yeah, it's
too,
called glossy.
So
the rest were flat.
It is Mill Hills
Hey, good morning.
Christmas jewels ornament. It's the...
That's the bead-tastic one, huh?
Periodont. Yes. I was working on...
Sorry for yawning. I know somebody was complaining about that. I forget who.
Lynn said stop yawning. You were making her yawn. In between stitching, I was working on separating the beads, and then he took over and separated all the beads for me because he's a fabulous husband.
Well, in all honesty, I don't know why, but doing stuff like that for me is actually a good way to relax because it doesn't require much thinking. But it gives me something to do, so it actually slows my brain.
So it is a Billhook kit. So it comes with everything you need. Charts, thread, the perforated paper, and the beads. This is where I got to yesterday.
Permission to rant.
I know they don't separate their beads, and it was pissing both of us off.
I'm sorry, but for a man married to someone with OCD, it really isn't fun.
Like, some people will just dump a little bit out and take what they need as they're stitching. I have to have my beads separated. So, all my beads are separated. I have to get more of these little guys. I don't think these would count against my stitch from stash because I don't think storage counts against it. I have to double check.
Can I make a stupid suggestion?
Huh.
I have one of those 7-chamber pill things.
A pack of what? How many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6-pack cost me $1 because I got it from Dollar Tree.
Okay, try to save you a little bit of your stash allowance. So bad.
It's $1. I don't have any more mail.
4% of your total allowance.
I don't have any more mail kits at the moment, so it doesn't matter. I do like my mail kits, even though they can be a pain in the butt. I like them.
Oh no, I think they're beautiful. It's just, how hard would it be to put the little baggie, make one color baggies for each? I mean, honestly, the ease of not sorting the things, putting in little bags would probably make it equal cost to putting them all in one bag. Grr. Yeah, she was laughing at my rant yesterday.
So I did that yesterday. I didn't get very far because I actually spent a good portion of the day throwing things down here. A good portion of the day.
Doesn't that go under the finished stuff, not the, or the purchase stuff, not under whips?
Whips and finishes. This would be a finish.
Oh.
Because I made it. I didn't buy it. I spent most of the day at my sewing machine making a housewife. If you don't know what a housewife is, it is a little sewing kit. Originates from the 18th century. Military would issue them to soldiers, and it was a little cloth kit that had brown and gray wool, linen thread, needle, scissors, buttons, and buttons. And it was basically what the soldiers needed to keep their uniform in good repair while they were not home. Hence it being called a housewife. Housewife would be the English variant. Housewife is more European, Germanic pronunciation of it. It is whatever you want it to call it.
A happy sack.
It's basically the origins of those little plastic emergency sewing kits that you can buy in just about any drugstore that my grandmother had 3 of, people.
That's it?
She had 3 of them.
That's it?
And I want to think that one of them was a combination of multiples. Now, my grandfather still owns the RV. They used to travel extensively, so I'm fairly certain one of them was actually kept in the RV. So, but...
One for her purse and one to keep around the house. There's all 3.
Yes, because my grandmother was not a seamstress or a sewer. So, she didn't have sewing stuff like I do. So, what is in a housewife? What is in a modern housewife? A modern housewife.
Sass.
Sass, that's for sure. So, it's a trifold item. Oops, I don't need that in there. It's a trifold item. So, when you open it up, I have a couple pockets for my wax, my thread, my scissors, or my
tweezers.
All of my stitching tools are in there. My tweezers, my needle threader, my needle puller. I was making bad jokes about that the other day. And then, if you open it all the way, you have a spot for your pins and needles. And I have my regular sewing pins. I have my 24s and my 28s. I have my thread puller and my counting pins. There's a pocket for my scissors, and it lays open like this on the table or on your surface. I have my scissors in here. There's 2 pockets for the pen and the highlighter. Yes, mine ended up in one pocket with needle minders attached to the inside because that's how I roll. And I realized as I was going through looking at this today, I made like this pocket, I made a little more complicated than I needed to. Imagine that. I made it more complicated than I needed to.
Don't mind my head.
Don't mind his head.
And that's what my hair looks like.
If I were to do it again...
You will be doing it again?
I will be doing it again. Well, he would like one, but the fabric he picked out is a fleece. I just realized 2 of my needles poked through the pack. He picked out fleece, so quilting fleece, which is a completely different animal. You don't need to hem it.
Okay.
Which actually will make my life heavens of a lot easier.
Yay! So it was worth the... We'll get to that when we get there. Yeah. When we get there. I would just like to point out the obvious. It's a pink explosion!
It is very pink.
It is very Laura.
It is very Laura. I think... Well... There are some improvements that I can make to this. I've already been asked to make one for a friend, and of course I'm going to.
Can I make a stupid suggestion?
What?
For mine. Instead of this pocket here, with this, put like a little the stuff you put in cushions. The stuffing you put in cushions.
Put a pin cushion there?
Uh-huh.
I can attempt to figure that out.
So, because I actually, one, I don't have as many needles, and two, I don't like the idea of putting it through here. I know me.
Well, that's the whole purpose of this pad, is your pin cushion.
Okay, then that works then. Maybe.
So, also, this is seam binding tape. The stuff that comes folded in, it's like folded up in and then folded in half. If you're a sewer, you know what it is. It's seam binding tape. This doesn't make a very good tie ribbon, but it was all I had. Because buying bags counts as buying something for your stash. So it counts against the Stitch from Stash budget. All of this stuff is stuff I had in my stash, so this doesn't count against my Stitch from Stash budget. And since I was kind of testing the concept,
hon,
I went with what I had.
With all of the fabric I have found for you when I went up into the attic, you could probably make a dozen of those things without going into the store.
The only thing, yeah, he's right. Really, the only thing I would have to buy more of is interfacing, because there's a piece of interfacing in between the front and the back.
Because she's sitting there like, I'm low on this, I'm low on this. I'm like, well, when I was upstairs, I found a bunch of stuff. She's like, what are you talking about? Come with me. She goes up there and goes, oh!
Yeah. And there's, I think, some more fabric still up there.
Well, the third floor used to be her craft room until we freed up these rooms. And also, it's cold.
It is cold. It's cold during the winter. Well, it's not that cold during the winter because there was those heaters up there. That could be dealt with. It was super hot during the summer. And I just keep my little piece of paper that I count my stitches on. Good Lord, I'm a mess. Tucked inside, and I didn't fold it up inside. So, there's that.
If you insult her down yourself one more time, I am giving you a pink twirly mustachio next time you fall asleep.
So, and also, I mentioned it when we were talking about comments. Heather wants to see 'Tis the Season Friday at Stitch Night. So you will get to see it FFO'd, Heather. I decided to FFO it today. That's also what I did.
I'm having fun.
Being creepy. I used hot glue to put it all together because everybody says it's safer than other types of glue. I will never in my life do that again. Mm-hmm. It was a pain in my butt. It is lumpy. It is lumpy. I don't like lumpy. Even though I'm lumpy. But you can't tell.
Okay, I'm sorry. But I was sitting here biting my tongue, not saying that because I'm a husband. I'm not stupid.
The only thing I like lumpy in my life is myself.
Well, then why do you like me?
And you. And my babies. I love my babies that got rolls. I don't.
We all know how she likes mashed potatoes.
Except, and I don't like lumpy gravy. So, finishing supplies do not count against Stitch from Stash. However,
that sounds exploitable.
I know, right?
Because the exact same stuff you use to FFO, you can just buy an extra yard and use that to make a bag.
You could easily exploit that. What he just said. I'm not going to do that. If I make a bag out of fabric that I purchased this year, I'm keeping track of all the fabric that I purchased and the cost. If I make a bag for myself out of that fabric that I purchased, I will count my fabric that I've cut towards my... So I will count what it cost me to make that bag.
I will say this. In about 3 years, I might be able to do a Stitch from Stash. Because I think my stash has grown more in the last year than it has in the
It really has.
10.
So, all of you Just Stitching gals who I'm going to see on Friday night at Friday Night Stitching, we'll get to see this FFO in
And
live.
please tell her it's not that bad. It looks great.
It doesn't look bad, but it's lumpy, and I don't like lumpy. So,
honey, you're a perfectionist.
Same concept as the red truck ornament that I finished. I wrapped the stitching around a mat board. I wrapped fabric around the mat board. Put the ribbon. I'm not super happy with the ribbon. The way the ribbon's laying. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Put ribbon in between and made a sandwich. And I think it actually looks really good. I had my doubts about this method. But, it did turn out. I had my doubts about FFOing it like this, but as Julia Child says, you must have courage in your convictions. So I did it.
I think I'm going to go on a little bit of a letter spree. I'm writing down notes of things I want to write down on paper, too.
You know what we should do? We should do an extra video. We should do an extra video where we talk about all of the weird acronyms we use. Like FFO, UFO. We're gonna talk about that after we get done filming. Alright. That's all the whips and finishes. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. We're gonna do haul.
You or me?
Why don't you start with you?
As we said, I saw her housewife.
Housewife.
And decided I wanted a Lara. Because that's my housewife. Sort of. And she's like, pick what fabric you think is great. And I'm like, okay. And then she looked at the price tag and kind of sort of looked at me and went, I love you.
I love you, honey.
Because I managed to pick the most expensive stuff in the darn room.
It wasn't the most expensive, but it was on
the most expensive that doesn't involve the word Disney.
He picked from the more expensive rack. He picked Quilter's flannel, which
looks cool.
Is helpful to me because, you know, if you're...
When I show it here, I found two colors. I found this, and I found this. And they are actually the same type of pattern in my two favorite colors. And my third color is going to be the ribbon.
And if you know Quilter's flannel, it doesn't fray. I mean, it's frayed there, but she cut it with scissors. So when I cut it with rotary cutter, it won't be as frayy. So I can actually might not have to hem those. I'll have to play with it.
Well, the other thing is she's also going to make me a bag. Love you.
Love you. So. And yes, if you want a bag, if you have fabric and you want a bag, you can send me fabric and I will make you a bag. You have to pay shipping both ways. And you're going to have to pay me a fee for my time.
So if you want like a 20 pocket super psycho thing.
And if you want a housewife, I will make one of those too for you, but it's gonna be,
We'll figure it out. We'll figure that out.
I had to figure it out because that thing took me the better part of the day. No, I had to futz with it and figure out what I was doing. So.
Well, the first one always takes twice as long as everything else.
Exactly, which is why I always make 2 prototypes before I figure out my price. Because by the second one, I figured out what I would do differently to make it more effective.
So on the second prototype.
Yep. So I joined a sewing fabric de-stash group to look for fabrics for finishings and also like bags and stuff that I want for myself. Now, like I said, if I cut this and I make a bag out of it, I will count the cost into my Stitch from Stash.
Does Stitch from Stash allow for trading?
Yes. I mean, if I trade
random fabric A you actually don't like that you bought because you came in a pack, you can get fabric B that you actually do want, and you can just...
If I have something in my stash and I trade it for something different, it's no
I was just checking.
If I have, if I sell stuff in my stash, I can count that as credits. If I trade stuff, obviously it's a wash. I'm not buying anything, but I'm not getting any money in return for what I'm sending away. You don't get credits if you give stuff away, because, really, I mean, even though giving stuff away is nice, I'm trying to remember.
You can't give away all the crap you don't want and then make a bunch, say, I got a lot of money for it.
I mean, basically, you can't give away a bunch of stuff and say, well, I gave this all away, so I get X amount of dollars credit. I mean, you get extra credit for your finishes. Like, this earned me $20 more in my monthly, in my budget. So
too bad it doesn't actually earn you real money. That would make life so much easier.
It would. So, technically, right now, I have $45 to spend for the month. Now, if I get to the end of the month and I haven't spent my $45, it carries over to the next month, which is where I might hopefully save myself when it comes to...
Can I make a stupid suggestion?
Nashville. What?
Set the money aside in a savings account for Nashville out of your stash that you don't spend if that's the purpose for it.
That's kind of what my purpose is now, Nashville Needle Market is in March.
I'm only driving to Nashville once a year.
You can't go to Nashville Needle Market if you're not a vendor, if you're not a shop.
Well, I don't know. I've never even heard of it until you said it tonight. Because I am so in the know with this stuff.
There is something called Galleria in the fall. It takes place in St. Louis, Missouri, at the Embassy Suites. That is basically Nashville for customers.
Next year, maybe, if you're good.
My only motivation to go, honestly, would be because the Addicted Sisters usually go. Nancy and Laura, they're Flosstube We, the Addicted Sisters. They usually go.
I hate to break it to you, but if you go, we're getting you a GoPro.
Next year...
Totally didn't hear me.
Why are we getting me a GoPro?
A vlog?
A vlog, yeah, that's true.
Why am I the one that thinks of this?
So, this weekend is Stitchway down in Southern Ohio. Stitchway 2019 down in Southern Ohio. We're going to try to go next year. It's always Martin Luther King Jr. Day weekend. So, I would like to try to go because it's a no-frills sort of thing, and that's what I like, and it's lower cost. We're going to see about that. But anyways, I bought myself some fabric out of my fabric destash group. Both of these pieces cost me $5. Shipping was a little bit more, but you don't have to count shipping in your Stitch from Sash purchases, I don't think.
I will say this, there's enough exclusions so that $25, you probably spend $50 by the time you're done with it.
There are definitely ways to exploit it. Like I said, I bought these. Technically, I can get 3 bags out of a yard of fabric. If I make a bag out of this, I will divide that $3, or that $5 by 3, and round to whatever it would be. And that will be part of my purchases. If I use fabric out of my, what I'm selling.
167, 167, 167.
If I use fabric out of what I'm selling, as far as cross-stitch fabric out of what I'm selling, my cost to make that fabric is what I will charge myself as a purchase. I'm not going to do the, I realized that I could do the whole, I bought this fabric, I dyed it, I sold it for this much. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing, if I make extra bags out of this, if I make extra bags out of this and I sell it, saying, well, I bought the fabric for $5, I made $10 off of bags on it, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
That's where you can get the actual money for your budget.
The purchases,
that would be good.
That actually is a good idea. Purchases will be purchases including purchases from myself. If that makes any sense. I think I might have over-explained it, but I was watching Michelle Bendy's Stitch With Me video today, and she's like,
oh, are we going to play our favorite game?
Yes, we're going to play our favorite game if you want.
Okay,
like,
I'm not going to see them this time.
I prefer when people over-explain things, even if I know what's going on, because chances are there is somebody out there who doesn't know what's going on, who needs it over-explained. Like...
Hey, hon.
This is one of those things. I had heard the term used on Flosstube before, the term housewife or housewife. I didn't know what it was. So I Googled it, but somebody out there might not, know to Google it. And when I found it, I'm like, this is exactly what I need and want.
Oh, by the way, guys, it's a girl, it's basically a sewing tool belt.
It's called a housewife because it was issued to soldiers to keep their...
I know, but a lot of guys will know what a tool roll is.
Military people. Do they still issue sewing repair kits to you guys?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think they do. I know Grandma...
Do you want me to text a couple guys I know? I don't want to see names.
If nobody comments on here and tells me, I'm going to find out this week, and I will let you know next week.
Actually, I could probably go talk to Sai and ask him.
But, I know Grandpa got them when he was in...
Okay, so, ready to play?
So we're going to play our favorite game, because my Victorian mottos came today. Now, my Victorian mottos do not count against my Stitch from Stash, because I was already signed up for them prior to the beginning of the year.
I swear I'm just gonna record that saying and just say reference this video, reference this video, reference this video every time you say this doesn't apply and why. I'm gonna make a video explaining each one so that you can just say reference this video instead of having to repeat it every 5 fucking seconds.
We've literally been filming for half an hour.
That's it?
For an hour.
Quality time! Quit complaining.
We had to stop and transfer videos so that it wasn't all jumpy like it was last week.
Okay, so...
That's pretty true. Nice orange. It's got some variegation in it. You can't really see the variegation in it.
Just because I hate it, pumpkin spice.
Absolutely not.
Actually, what I was going to say is just orange.
Wicked orange.
That's not wicked orange.
This would be a good Halloween color because there's some variegation in it. Or a good pumpkin color.
Yeah, that looks like what you would stitch for a nice cheery pumpkin, not the I'm gonna kill you pumpkin.
That is a little darker. No, that's a little lighter, brighter than it.
What theme is this, by the way?
There is no theme.
Okay, because
there's really not much variegation in that.
No, actually I'm trying to judge the color. We really need to switch those out for the white bulbs.
By the way, Wicked Orange DMC is $9.46.
Pale green?
Mint green. There is no DMC. It is a mint green. It is a very nice mint green. It looks a little brighter on
Google mint green. You'll find a DMC or 6. Evergreen.
No, it goes in line with the Wicked Orange. It is a nice variegated green. You can see the variegation right here.
I still think it looks like evergreen.
It is a really nice, would be a nice evergreen for pine trees. It's called Haunted Green.
Which, if you have any kind of living shrubbery in a Halloween thing, it's evergreens.
Nancy, did you use leftovers from your Halloween box? I don't care. I think they're cool.
Is this one Halloween themed?
Nope. Flower themed. It's a little bit brighter.
I don't know any blue flowers.
It's showing up a little bit brighter than it is in real life.
Tulip?
No,
tulip's yellow.
Dainty cornflower. DMC 160. It's a nice blue. It's a light blue.
But, what?
Cornflower. It's a little flower.
Okay, well, I've never heard of it, so that's why I didn't know it. Next.
This might be a good replacement for I don't have Gentle Arts Bluebell for Ride Forth Singing. This might be a good replacement for it. Also, what the heck is up with Gentle Arts Cinders? Now, I'm thinking Cinders, I'm thinking of brown. No, it's maroon. Anyways, another blue.
Baby blue.
Cheerful Seaside. These two. Oh, now see, you put them together and they look a little more true to what they actually are. So you can see the difference between Cheerful Seaside, which is this one, and is DMC $7.99, and Dainty Cornflower. That's going to get put in right for singing. I like the name of this. It's, yeah, I like the name of it. It's brown.
Duh. Trying to think of a stupid name. Horsehair.
No. Rustic Road. That would be one very muddy rustic road.
That isn't a rustic road, that's a you're stuck road.
Yes, true story. So those are the Victorian mottos. That's haul. Not a lot of haul. Announcements and plans.
Hey, honey.
Announcements.
Get me, baby, one more time. This is the lovely little kitty stitch. Really friendly cats.
By Kit and Bixie.
Yes, I actually saw this in Just Stitching's bathroom.
Yes, Heather.
And made a comment about it.
Shelly.
Took my comment and ordered it for me. And I love you for it. Can you get this out?
Yes, I'll get that out for you. What do we got? Oh, it's in all DMCs. Some of these might be in kits, might be in projects, but we'll get you set up.
Worst case scenario, just go to Just Stitching and buy the fucking. Oh no, I gotta go to 1, 2, 3 Stitch, don't I?
Shelly's not carrying DMCs anymore because
DMC is the devil when it comes to pricing.
Nobody was buying DMCs from her because you can get them cheaper elsewhere. Anyways. You threw me off track.
You knew I was gonna do it!
I knew you were gonna do it. I was gonna do announcements before I did plans. Let's do announcements. Crap, I forgot the bag. We need something out of the purple bag. Okay, so our giveaways run every 2 weeks. So today is the day for the drawing for this giveaway. I will insert the video here. If you want it entered into the drawing for the magazine, there you are, 1, 2, 3. Back over here, random number generator. So 1, 2, 3 generates number 1. I go back here, and the first one is Amber Marie in Arizona. So you win the magazine, darling. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. And the giveaway winner is Miss Amber Marie in Arizona. So, Amber, shoot me a message with your address. Whatever platform you prefer, since we're friends on social media. Normally I would tell you, if we're not friends on social media, normally I would tell you to drop me an email. But Amber, if you want to send me an instant message, I have to send you my phone number. Reminder.
I'm stealing this.
Okay, you steal that. We're in the I forgot to pick something out for. So this would be included in Joe's haul.
Hey!
We have to pick something out.
I'm a red freak. Deal.
He loves red. Pick something out for the next 2 weeks giveaway. And I also have to look and see when 2 Mondays from now is.
Well, you know how we go back and forth between the... Let me see, we did...
What did a kit know what you wanted?
Yeah. Poopy heads.
We may revisit that kit later in life. Pull something. We're keeping the people waiting. And I'm not editing any of this out. Works for me. Take the old price tag off there. This kit, brand new, was $6.95. It is an unopened kit. Yes, it's unopened. It says Home Sweet Home. It comes with the chart.
Oh, I had my weird question I was going to ask.
The chart, the ADA.
That has nothing to do with this.
It looks like you wrap the fabric around the rope to frame it once you stitch it.
It was unopened. What are you
I
trying
want to make sure that the chart's in there. The chart for the stitches in there. I think it comes with everything.
Right there.
Get this out. Okay.
Wow.
So, yes, it comes with 14 count Ada, floss, needle, graph, instructions for making the frame, components for the frame. If you would like, we'll throw back. Copyright on this is 1987. It is still really cute.
Home Sweet Home is timeless.
I mean, Home Sweet Home is timeless. Home Sweet Home is timeless. What?
Also, don't those charge like 3 times as much now for the exact same thing anymore?
If y'all don't want this, if nobody enters for this, I might keep it and stitch it myself. No, I won't. I have other home things.
If y'all don't do it, I'm taking the pattern and modifying the swap out of it.
So, what question we want to ask them? Want to have them answer? Home Sweet Home.
Actually, you gave me an idea.
What?
Have them ask a question to us.
I'm good with that. So if you would like entered into the drawing for this, ask us a question. Any question you like.
I'll be a little more specific. That way we know what they're talking about. Because some people ask us random stuff. Ask a question about... Here's the question ideas. Things to ask Laura about me and her when it comes to stitching together.
Ask us about stitching together. Ask us anything you like about stitching together. If you entered into the drawing...
G-rated.
G-rated, people! This is a family-friendly floss tube.
I'm sorry, those are some doors you do not want to open.
I got some friends I know would not be G-rated. I know you all. So, 2 weeks.
Some of your friends would be NR.
So, you have until Monday, January 28th at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time to enter the drawing.
Ready for my random comment that I was talking to you about?
What?
I came to a realization while I've been stitching this thing for my brother. Stitching for somebody else is a double-edged sword. You want to get it done because it's for somebody you're making it for a present. Somebody you want to take your time and help them. But it's for them, not you. It's not usually your style. So it's like, I just want to get this over with.
So...
It's a motivational crossroads. It's really entertaining in my brain.
You're not... I think you might be done by the end of the week if you keep stitching on it like you have been.
I know. That's why I've been stitching on it that way. And once I'm done with it, I play with kitties.
Yay, kitties. And you're going to keep stitching on Dragons and Sumatras on Sundays?
Actually, I'll alternate. Because Dragons is just overwhelming.
It is. It is very overwhelming.
That little bit I did. Well, it wasn't a little bit. That was like 2+ hours of stitching.
It's bad, so it's big.
Yeah.
So.
This is the thing you knock people out with.
Yeah. I'm going to keep working on Life's Moments, the Life Moments block. Hopefully I get that done before the end of the week. It's a lot of yellow. Those stripes. There's a cat underneath of me, because I just felt his tail on my leg. So I'm going to keep stitching on that. And then we'll dice roll for the next project. If you follow me on social media, you already know this. I will link. I gotta add more links to my. I had most of my links done. I'm gonna add more links. If you don't know, Michelle Rudy, Farm Girl, on Flosstube, I will link her channel. She came up with a self-challenge at the end of this year for at the end of last year for 2019, Stitch 9 challenge. 9 projects you want to get finished by the end of 2019 in various states. Could be whips, could be starts. I wasn't going to do it because, to be honest, I don't have confidence in finishing some of my ginormous projects before the end of the year. And if you know me, you know that I would pick the ginormous projects because I would feel like people were judging me if I picked smaller projects. And then I would have a panic attack.
Hey, honey.
Around about October because I wasn't going to get them done.
Judge not lest ye be judged. If people want to judge you, I'll judge them with my big fat furry butt.
True story. So, but over the weekend, Michelle Rudy, commented on the Midwest Cross Stitchers group, said, look, because somebody made a comment about, well, some people are choosing Heaven and Earth designs, some people are choosing smaller ornaments, how is this going to be done fairly? And Michelle said, if you're entering, you enter. Whether you pick Heaven and Earth designs or you pick ornaments.
You're
the person that's stitching this, you're the person that has to make a decision about what you do and how you do it. If you say, these are the projects that I'm doing, you complete your projects, you get entered into the prize drawing. And I'm like, well.
Like, if I did that, I'd actually probably have to go shopping, because I don't think I have 9 projects right now. And I would not count dragons, because that's a couple-year project.
I will, after this clip, I will put in my projects, my Stitch 9 projects that I picked.
I should probably enter into it. I should probably see if I have 9 projects.
There's 4 ornaments in it. There's 4 ornaments. There's life. I don't remember what I did. But I'm like, you know what? If Michelle says it's not stress and she's not going to care if,
You know what? Here's how I do it. If you work a full-time job and you can only get 9 small things done in a year, so be it. If you're retired and all you do every day is watch TV and cross-stitch, do what you think you'll do in 9 months, in 10 and 12 months.
And that's what Michelle said. Michelle said you got to do with what, because you're the person that's stitching it. You know what your stitching capabilities are. I don't have the capability to stitch a Heaven and Earth design.
1, if you did a Heaven and Earth design, you get 1 done in a year, you would have 3 gray hairs left on your head.
And in all truthful honesty, a lot of the people that are putting their Heaven and Earth designs as part of the Stitch 9, it's not the whole thing. It's finishing certain number of pages. That's what a lot of people do with Year of Whips also, is it's finishing certain number of pages. So
I can put the 9 pages for dragons and just do that all year?
No. Theoretically, though, you could say, I want to finish 3 pages of Dragons of Sumatra.
Well, the problem is I'm not sticking to any pages. I'm actually going to go through all of them.
Yeah.
Because I want to actually do the complete border, and that way I have something to reference as I go inwards. I'm like a little kid. I want to do my outlines before I color it in. Right. Can I have some glue? And safety scissors?
Safety scissors were the bane of my existence as a child, because I'm left-handed. And safety scissors were not designed for left-handed children.
Also, safety scissors break very easily when you're trying to figure out how to take them apart.
The world is not designed for left-handed people.
Sorry, you're 10% of the population. Deal.
I read some crazy
Statistic.
Words are really hard.
Okay, I'm going for my little pattern I want to make. I want a banner. I want like the size of her life thing because words are hard that I can hang up in the back. I mean, if this was a brand new channel, I'd have her change the name.
If we were new, the channel name would be Words Are Hard. Why has nobody on Flosstube done that yet? Because so many Flosstubers are like, words are hard.
Words are evil.
I saw a statistic somewhere online about the number of injuries incurred by left-handed people trying to use right-handed objects.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know about y'all, but when I was growing up, there was 16 scissors. One of them was a lefty.
And some daggone right-handed kid would take the lefties.
Actually, no, they wouldn't. Not, at least not in my school.
In my school, they would. I would
no,
be like
we had a different
class.
problem. We had more than 2 lefties in the class.
I would be the only left-handed kid in the class. And some kid with right hand would take the left-handed scissors. Oh, I didn't know.
Let me put it to you this way. Would you like to know how my teacher made sure this wasn't a problem? The size of the handle, L-E-F-T. And if a right-handed student took it, they got their name up on the board.
I'm pretty sure this video is going to be almost an hour to this week.
We're chit-chatty.
I keep trying to make the videos shorter and more. It's just not going to happen.
You and me, together, talking.
True story. True story. True story. They stretch over an hour.
Yep. Stretching.
At least we're not.
That?
Well, yeah, that in. At least we don't drop advertisements into the middle of our videos.
No, we said this was the end.
We're not at the advertising level yet.
Yeah, we are. Buy her fabric. Make her money. Let her quit her day job. Please.
Yes, please. Buy my favorite, buy my Bath and Body Soap so I can quit my day job. Please. Please.
Or accidentally drop a napalm bomb on it while nobody's there.
Share the heck out of my Flosstube so I get more subscribers.
Then you will have to watch your language. If you swear once, the advertisers say you're not family friendly, and you'll lose a lot of.
That is not true.
A lot of the YouTubers I've seen, then again, they drop more than one F-bomb.
There is a Flosstuber. Well, there are multiple
I said
Flosstubers
it lowers,
who drop
not removes.
lots of dirty words.
Hey, I said lowers, not removes.
And they still have. There are multiple Flosstubers who drop dirty words that are advertised with.
No, I didn't say removed. I said lowers.
But if we do ever reach the level of where we can have advertisements, they will never be in the middle of videos. But I will not lie. There's a solid chance I will put them at the beginning and or the end of videos because
We'll put them at the end. So we'll actually say if you don't want to see the advertisements, bye.
Because my goal in life right now is to subsidize enough of our income so that I can quit my job. Because there's
Before I
still
burn
a
it
chance
down.
before the end of the year, I'm not going to have to worry about quitting my job, and it's going to close. But that's a whole nother story.
Or you finally just lose it and slug them. No bad words, no bad words, no bad words.
There's a story. I'll tell you the story later, honey. But I'm not going to say it.
Oh, don't you? We might want to stop because you want to do a whole nother video after this.
No, not after this. We can do that later. Alright, we're going to sign off because we've already been talking for 17 minutes on our haul.
Yeah!
We have some plans. So.
Yeah, it's just like doing that when you do the haul. Hey, if you want me to do that, let us know down there. Just to keep this face going. I'm turning red.
Okay, so like the video, share the video,
bell notification.
Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. You don't have to ring the bell.
Ding dong, ding dong.
You don't have to ring the bell.
Dong. Why am I so hyper?
I have no idea. You can follow me on Instagram. If your Instagram profile doesn't have anything about cross stitch in it, let me know who you are, because I get a lot of random requests on Instagram. And I'm like, who are you? You don't have any cross stitch. Delete.
That's your criteria.
No.
I'm your long lost friend. You haven't seen me in 20 years. Delete. You're going to do cross stitch.
Oh, I went to school with you. I haven't taught you. Yeah, I didn't like you in school. Delete.
That's why nobody from my school knows where I am.
I'm not going to lie. I may have possibly have done that to some people.
Oh, I have no idea why. I laughed at the girl you slug tried to friend request you. Okay, bye-bye. So
contact information is below if you need to ask me any questions that you don't feel comfortable putting in the comments. Okay, bye, Flosstube!
Bye.